Hello, I'm Jack Nichols and welcome to highlights of the 2010 AutoGP Formula Sim Racing World Championship. The Hungaroring is the scene for round 12 of the championship, a twisty circuit that demands a high level of concentration from the drivers. Qualifying and pit strategy are of the utmost importance here, given the lack of overtaking opportunities. Qualifying saw championship leader Bono Huis take his 6th pole position of the season, but it was the time set by Dennis Hurl that took everyone by surprise, setting the 2nd fastest lap of the session. Ronnie Hannell made 3rd on the grid, and as expected, both Roaldo drivers qualified strongly, with Prevost taking 4th and Nilsson 5th. Off the start line, Huis immediately moved over on Hurl, but with a better launch, Hurl was quickly into the lead, heading into turn 1. And just behind, Nilsson got ahead of Prevost, and Tali leapfrogged both SB Motorsports cars. With a better run out of the first corner, Huis beat Hurl to the 2nd turn with a crucial overtake. And as the midfield drivers settled into their positions, Cyril Verdmuller was caught out, hitting the back of Kirchhoff and losing his front wing. With Verdmuller failing to give way to those behind him, Bruno Marques ran into the back of the damaged Simcraft car, losing his front wing and taking a devastating blow to his championship hopes. As Huis ran away with the lead, Hannell was putting Hurl under a lot of pressure for 2nd place, but Hurl stood his ground, and further behind, Rasmus Tali quickly passed Mathieu Prevost to take 5th. It would take Tali several laps to find his way around Fredrik Nilsson, but the Estonian patiently waited for his chance and eventually made an impressive overtake, driving side by side through the first 2 corners. Hannell was having no such luck, and failing to find a way past Hurl, he pitted early in an attempt to leapfrog his fellow German. Both Huis and Tali pitted on the following lap, and it soon became apparent that while most of the field were running a 3-stop strategy, Hurl and Puumalainen were only going to stop twice. After everyone had completed their first stop, Huis held a big lead over Tali in 2nd, and Hurl passed Hannell on the track to take 3rd. But unlike those ahead of him, Hurl only had one more stop to complete. Both the Roaldo cars were in a strong position, with Nilsson in 5th and Prevost in 6th. Huis completed his 2nd stop and emerged from the pits in 3rd place behind Hurl and Tali, but with the Hungaroring offering little in the way of overtaking opportunities, Hurl was held up badly by Tali, allowing Huis to quickly catch up to the back of the leading pair. A small mistake was all that was required to allow the go-speed driver past, and Huis followed suit on the next lap, passing his teammate a few corners later. Both Hurl and Huis were now even on pit stops, but it seemed like an immense task for Hurl to fend off the championship leader for the remaining 25 laps. 2 laps later, Huis easily outbraked Hurl into turn 1, with the German offering little resistance. Mikko Puumalainen's 2-stop strategy now had the Finn up into 3rd position, with Hannell and Tali not far behind. Jarkko Miekkinen, who was also 2-stopping, was now up into 6th place. Disaster hit the Roaldo racing team when Prevost hit the back of Saxon, forcing the Frenchman to make an unscheduled stop, and a few laps later Nilsson lost control in the pit entry and stalled his engine. A fresher set of tyres allowed both Rasmus Tali and Ronnie Hannell to slowly catch up to 3rd place Puumalainen, and with 7 laps remaining, Tali was right on the rear wing of the SB Motorsports car. Requiring a perfect drive with no mistakes to stay in front, Puumalainen kept his concentration, allowing no opportunities for Tali. However, the 2010 season has seen plenty of last lap action, and the Hungaroring circuit was no exception. Despite being a couple of car lengths behind, Tali made a surprising attack into turn 1, almost managing to squeeze his front wing alongside Puumalainen. Holding his position though, Puumalainen kept on the defensive line. Tali then attempted an outside pass, but the two made contact and Tali barely managed to stay in front of Hannell. With a lead of over 20 seconds though, Bono Huis took his 5th victory of the season, making his championship hopes close to a certainty. Dennis Hurl drove a perfect race to finish 2nd, giving Ghostspeed their best result since Monaco, and a relieved Mikko Puumalainen held on to 3rd, giving the Finn his 2nd podium of the season. Rasmus Tali finished 4th, just ahead of Hannell in 5th, and Miekkinen in 6th. David Dominguez drove a solid race for Torrent Motorsports, taking home 7th position. Bono Huis now has a large 54-point gap over 2nd place Bruno Marques, and with only 6 rounds remaining, it's looking increasingly likely that Huis will take the championship. Tali has narrowed the gap to Marques, and Miekkinen and Hannell are separated by just 3 points in the fight for 4th. Precision Motorsports are now firm favourites to win the Constructors' Championship, with a lead over Twister of 88 points. Despite only scoring 2 points, Twister are still comfortably ahead of MacCorp in 3rd. 4th placed SB Motorsports still have an outside chance of chasing down MacCorp, and Hurl's podium has kept Ghostspeed Racing clear of Torrent Motorsports. The next round will be the Belgian Grand Prix at the historic Spa-Francorchamps circuit. Tune in at 5:25 GMT on the 22nd of August for the multi-BC broadcast. To watch the action live, go to www.formula-simracing.net and follow the links to the live broadcast. We hope you've enjoyed this presentation. I'm Jack Nichols, and we'll see you next time for round 13 of the AutoGP Formula Sim Racing World Championship.